Right now, what we've learned about the Madison kidnapping turned murder as the three suspects make their first appearances in court.
And a cloudy start as we're getting into the rest of our morning. We'll tell you what else is coming in a moment.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday, and thanks for joining us on News 3 Now. I'm McKenna Alexander.
And I'm Julian.
We got a beautiful little sunrise this morning. Yeah. Is it going to be just as sunny throughout the rest of the day? I don't know, Julian. People are heading out. They want a good holiday weekend.
Well, we are going to start out with the holiday weekend being pretty gorgeous, even though we are looking at some clouds starting to develop. But they're high-level clouds, and they're rather thin. So we are still seeing plenty of sunshine as we're waking up this morning. But what we're going to be looking at in terms of current conditions here in a moment, well, it still feels pretty good, even though we are warming up pretty rapidly. 68 degrees right now here in Madison, and those dew points are starting to climb just a little bit as well. But as we see temperatures around southern Wisconsin, 66 in Janesville with 69 for Platteville. However, our friends over towards the eastern half, Milwaukee and for Kenosha, into the lower 70s this morning. Dew points, again, are starting to climb, so we're going to see a bit more humidity as we get into the rest of our afternoon as well. And on top of this, here's a quick look at what we're going to be seeing for our pool forecast. Well, it's going to be sunny throughout much of the day, but we are looking at certain periods to bring in chances of us to see maybe even some showers or even some storms as well. We'll be tracking that in a few moments and break down the details and timing in just a few moments, because we could see just a bit of the break of the sun that we are also in love with this weekend.
I'm happy. I told you, this is such a Wisconsin summer forecast. So it's not too hot. It's not too cold.
Right.
Warming up a little bit. But this is pretty good.
Manageable hot weather is what I can deal with.
All right. Very July-ish.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Julian. Some new news this morning, a tragic story over in Minnesota where a child is dead and two others and their mother are still missing in a possible murder-suicide. It happened on Friday just east of St. Paul. It comes on the heels of a suicide reported earlier on Friday where authorities found a man dead. They believe these two incidents are related. Water Patrol and dive teams are still searching for the other two children.
At this time, there's an active rescue and recovery operation going on. We're looking for 3 juveniles and an adult female. At this time, there has been one deceased person recovered.
Authorities don't know yet where the mother is, but they're treating this as a potential triple homicide. The mother's vehicle and the children's shoes were found near the lake. All of the children reportedly under the age of 5. We're learning more about the alleged kidnapping of a Madison man, which turned into his murder in Columbia County. The 3 suspects in the case were in court for the first time on Friday. Ramon has the updates on the case.
Jesse Freiberg, Laura Johnson, and Jakenya Patty appeared in Columbia County Court virtually from jail for their alleged roles in the kidnapping turned homicide in June.
It is pretty much the most serious offense that can be charged in the state of Wisconsin.
Investigators say 28-year-old Freiberg admitted to fatally shooting the victim in Columbia County after kidnapping him in his own car from Madison. His bond is set at $1 million.
This is not someone who is known to this defendant, and that sort of random act here is a grave risk to the public.
Freiberg allegedly split the driving from Madison to Portage near where the body was discovered with 21-year-old Jakenya Patty.
We do have video footage from a gas station in between the city of Madison and where the victim was shot that shows Ms. Patty getting out of the vehicle at one point, going into the store.
Her bond is set at $500,000. Court documents say she turned on Freiberg, leading to the dispute that got them arrested.
They were upset with each other for whatever reason, and it appeared that when the officers got there, the female driver, as I mentioned, was trying to run over the male who was involved. They were both involved.
But the district attorney alleges 38-year-old Laura Johnson set the crime in motion.
The state firmly believes that she is the so-called mastermind behind what occurred here.
She is accused of beating, binding, and taking the victim to his car and encouraging Freiberg to shoot him.
Ms. Johnson believes that a signature bond would be appropriate. Thank you, Your Honor. Or house arrest, Your Honor.
The judge set her bond at $750,000.
We believe that she is not a flight risk given her extensive ties to the state of Wisconsin.
The 3 suspects are all due back in court throughout the month of August. To Milwaukee now, police have arrested a 28-year-old woman following the accidental shooting of a 3-year-old. There's no word on why the woman was arrested or how she's connected to the case. Police say the toddler got a hold of a gun and the weapon went off. That boy was taken to the hospital where he was later pronounced dead. The Milwaukee Police Department launching a new program aimed at addressing gun violence in the city. As a part of the initiative called Operation Summer Guardian, the department will increase patrols in 8 neighborhoods that have seen a disproportionate amount of gunfire. Those neighborhoods have seen 12% of the city's gunfire activations and 10% of its gun-related homicides. The effort will be running through Labor Day. Turning now to CBS's new investigative series, Crime Without Punishment, that looks at the rise of unsolved murders in the U.S. In Chicago, even when the police say they've solved a homicide, it doesn't mean a suspect has been charged. Megan Hickey reports.
Chicago mom Tina Lyles lost not one.
He had a horrified look on his face that I never have seen.
But 2 sons to gun violence in less than 6 months.
And I said, no. Not again. You gotta be kidding me, not again.
5 years later, no arrests. The brothers were 2 of the 660 homicides in Chicago that year. As hundreds of mothers like Tina wait for justice, a CBS News investigation found making an arrest is not the only way Chicago police close a case. We learned that while Chicago PD says their clearance rate for murder was nearly 50%, the actual arrest rate for homicides last year was just 24%. Police use something called exceptional means, where they take credit for clearing a case, even though justice for families is never served.
I don't really like coming down here, like I said.
That same year, Anna Villada and her 15-year-old brother Diego were walking down their alley to get lunch. 2 men jumped them, and Diego was shot in the head. Anna said goodbye to her little brother in the hospital.
And I told him, you really can't leave me. You can't leave me by myself.
They actually made an arrest in Diego's case. But according to CPD records, this case was cleared in 2021 using exceptional clearance because prosecutors declined to charge the suspect. Police also solve cases using this method when the prime suspect is in jail for something else, is dead, or there's not enough evidence. And even when the wrong person is arrested for the crime. Between 2017 and 2021, cases cleared exceptionally with no charges grew from 37% to 51%. For Anna and her family, it gets worse. They never knew Diego's case was closed until we told them.
For them not to even give us one phone call to tell us the case is closed. It's sad.
CPD and the state's attorney's office declined to sit down and talk to us about it, instead pointing fingers at each other, leaving loved ones without answers.
Can you tell me anything that could help me sleep better at night? Or give me peace?
Megan Hickey, CBS News, Chicago.
Still ahead, lots of people getting out to travel this morning. What you can expect if you're flying out of Dane County coming up. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Julian's tracking your holiday weekend forecast just ahead on News 3 Now.
Call for action only on News 3 Now. Shop the inventory blowout sale at Grand Appliance for unbeatable deals on our huge selection of in-stock appliances and grills. Get exclusive offers like this 5 cubic foot Frigidaire chest freezer for just $157, this premium KitchenAid dishwasher for just $697, or this 26 cubic foot side-by-side refrigerator for just $797. Shop your local showroom or grandappliance.com today. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
Have you ever experienced this view? Hi, Andrew Larson here. With Gutter Shutter, you'll never have to experience it again. please give up this dangerous chore and protect your home's foundation with Gutter Shutter, the strongest, most durable, maintenance-free gutter on the market. Over the past 15 years, my team has installed thousands of maintenance-free gutter systems across South Central Wisconsin. We'd love to come out and show you what Gutter Shutter can do for you and your home, but most importantly, keep you safe and off that ladder. So call today for a free estimate.
Tired of millionaires in the Senate like Ron Johnson who only look out for the rich and powerful? Mandela Barnes will be a voice for hard-working middle-class families. As the son of a teacher and a third-shift factory worker, he gets it. He'll make the big corporations and the rich pay their fair share and lower middle-class taxes to make things more affordable for us. Mandela Barnes knows it's about the middle class, not the millionaires. Courageous Leaders PAC Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
With Choice Hotels, there's always a reason to book it. Whatever your reason, book over 7,100 locations at choicehotels.com.
Broken wire cuts or gums, emergency trips are zero fun. This could be a sign to get Invisalign. Invis trauma-free, the #1 doctor recommended clear aligner brand, Invisalign.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, we are starting off our Saturday morning with plenty of great conditions for us. Even though clouds are starting to build just a bit, we are still looking at plenty of sunshine to get throughout the rest of our morning. Currently, it's 68 degrees here in Madison, and we're going to be seeing those dew points climb just a little bit more, so expect a bit of some humidity as we go into the later part of today. We're going to warm up into those upper 70s and into the 80s by the time we get into our afternoon, but it's going to be brief that we're going to be feeling that warmth because of the increased cloud cover and the chances of us seeing some showers and storms. It's going to be cooling us out as we get into our afternoon. And we're going to be seeing this because of the stalled front that is into the upper Midwest, which has been fueling showers throughout much of areas in Minnesota. And it's going to be making its way to some areas in the western side of here in southern Wisconsin as we get into the later part of our afternoon. Around noon, we can see just outside of La Crosse, showers and storms starting to develop in the line. And that way it's going to start to trickle itself in to the rest of southern Wisconsin. So for us in Dane County, we could be seeing some showers and even some potential thunderstorms here or there, mainly on the isolated side as we get into our afternoon. But the good news is it's going to be very quick moving. So by the time we get into the rest of our evening, it's going to be pretty much done for. We could see a couple of showers, mainly going to be isolated, but for the most part, it's going to be clearing up as we get into our Saturday nights. Transitioning into Sunday, we could see a couple of showers, mainly north of Dane County. And as we go into our Sunday afternoon, that's what we're going to be looking at still. Plenty of open sky. Temperatures will be on the warmer side once again. And then we could see, transitioning into our Monday, a bit more developments for some showers and or for some storms. We have a marginal risk for much of the upper Midwest to be seeing severe storms. That's 1 out of 5 that the SPC has issued for us to be keeping an eye on for the potential of us to start to see some showers or storms starting to develop for us. And any activity that we're going to be seeing will be around the afternoon when we get into our July 4th. Now, early afternoon hours is where we're going to be looking at it to really start to develop and see some showers and storms starting to roll their way from central into southern Wisconsin and continue to push themselves across the area throughout the afternoon and even for our evening hours for a second round. Once we get into our Monday nights, we're looking at some cloud cover, could see some isolated showers, but mainly the storms themselves will be into northern Illinois as of right now. But as we take a look at how much rain we could be seeing from this next event, well, we're looking at a good soaker throughout much of southern Wisconsin. We're going to be looking at a good amount of rainfall for us, which is good because that's something that we need. It's been rather dry, and we haven't had a lot of rain over the past couple of weeks, but we're going to be having plenty of storm chances over the next few days as well. As we see from our 10-day forecast, temperatures are going to be very consistent, and on top of it, we're looking at a stretch of some on and off showers and storm potentials starting in from our 4th of July and throughout much of next week, McKenna.
I am seeing the word humid a lot in that forecast. I guess that comes with all the rain we're getting, though.
Yeah, that's what's going to be fueling a lot of our chances for us to be seeing even some those showers and storms. We're going to be seeing plenty of moisture in our air and our atmosphere, which is also adding on with that heat.
Yeah, gonna feel a little stickier.
Yeah, it's going to be nasty, but We need the rain, so that's
Our
going to
three
be like
things:
that.
hydrate, sunscreen, AC.
And also with those storms, just make sure you have your severe weather plan ready to go.
Especially this weekend whenever a lot of people are out, maybe in rural areas, on the lake, camping.
Yeah, and if you have to do any traveling, also something to watch for. Yep.
Charge your phone, spring weather radio.
Exactly.
All right, thanks, Julian.
Yep.
Some consumer news now this morning. Wisconsin-based Kohl's department store is no longer looking to sell. On Friday, company officials said its strategic review process is over and it will not be entertaining any more offers. Kohl's is the largest department store in the U.S. with more than 1,100 locations nationwide. Meanwhile, Hy-Vee grocery stores across the country pulling all of its Hy-Vee and Mealtime branded potato salad products from its shelves. Officials say it's due to a presumptive positive microbial result on the line the potatoes were processed. In a news release, the Iowa-based company said final test results are not expected for the next 7 to 10 days. However, it did voluntarily withdraw the products out of an abundance of caution. We have a breakdown of what to look out for with these products on channel3000.com. If you're hitting the road or heading to the airport this morning, you may be finding higher prices this holiday weekend. Emily Schmidt reports on how the summer travel season is packed with new challenges.
4th of July still a few days away, yet already too much for some to bear.
I'm just staying home this holidays, yeah.
Did the gas prices play into that?
Well, I guess the entire economy play into that, yeah.
The economy doesn't take a day off even when many Americans get a 3-day weekend, which means inflation doesn't give travelers a break.
It's getting crazy. My car used to be $40 to fill up. Now it's $69.45. I'm over it.
Though gas prices have edged down this week, 10 gallons of gas cost you an average 90 cents less today than last week. Those same 10 gallons cost you about $17.20 more than last year. That increase hits the 42 million people AAA expects to travel by car this weekend. 3.5 million flyers have even more worries.
This week we had clear skies and we had over 700 cancellations. One of the flights I was on was canceled. Over 90% of those flights were attributed to not having a pilot connected to the flight deck.
Fewer crews to fly, more people.
It's been extremely frustrating.
Delta Airlines is allowing rebooking this holiday weekend for no fee or fare difference. Trying to get ahead of passenger volumes, it says haven't happened since before the pandemic, in an environment Delta's CEO says they've never faced. A reminder that a nation ready to celebrate independence can't quite escape from health and economic realities. I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
But good news, if you're planning to fly out of Dane County, the airport's seen some good travel trends. The airport's seen a huge spike in air travel, with flight traffic fast approaching pre-pandemic levels, with those numbers up 97% in 2022 compared to last year. So while other larger airports have been struggling to keep up, managers at Dane County Regional say things are running smoothly for now.
Knock on wood, we've had really good success with our airline partners, with our TSA partners here specific to Madison. Of course, we're aware of all of the nationwide issues and really boils down to a staffing shortage.
The airport would also like to remind travelers to arrive early, remain flexible, and have a backup plan if something should happen that's out of your control. Have you ever tried breaking a world record in the sky? That's what a Boston woman who started her career as a flight attendant during the Eisenhower administration just did. Betty Nash has been working the aisles for American Airlines flights for 65 years, which Guinness says makes her the longest serving and oldest flight attendant ever. She was given the freedom to choose whichever route she wanted for much of her career, and she usually opts for the New York, Boston, Washington, D.C. shuttle. The 86-year-old says she did that so she could take care of her son who has disabilities. Still ahead, there are several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will shares his picks and 3 things to watch. Trending news is just ahead on News 3 Now this morning.
25% off our low Slumberland price. Incredible deals. Huge markdowns. Plus 25% off our low Slumberland price. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Hy-Vee hot deals are super hot this Friday through Sunday. Fresh ground beef, only $2.99. Pepsi products, get 4 for only $11.88 when you buy 4. Whole seedless watermelon, only $3.48 with coupon. Pork loin back ribs, only $3.99 a pound. And the savings are hotter than hot on Doritos, only $1.99 with coupon. Scan the QR code and check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
With an Invisalign smile, everything clicks. And that class reunion becomes...
Is that Anna?
Invis is the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner and more predictable results. Invisalign.
Politicians have been threatening it. Now the Supreme Court's done it, triggering a ban on nearly all abortions in Wisconsin, even in cases of rape and incest. And Senator Ron Johnson sided with them on overturning Roe v. Wade, punishing doctors and hurting people, putting our health and reproductive rights in danger. Johnson even said, if you don't like it, you can move. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to protect us, not punish us.
This 4th of July, Lowe's has summer savings that pop all season long.
Incredible deals, huge markdowns, like the Sealy Pillow Top Queen mattress on sale for just $4.99. What a sale! The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
And we're going to check in with Future Track right now and just see how things are going to be panning out throughout the rest of today. Well, we are looking at the cloud cover already starting to develop here in Madison, and we'll start to see even more clouds later into our afternoon. As we have a bit of that break going into around the afternoon hours, that's going to be creating a bit of instability with that sunshine, which will be fueling the chance of us to see some showers and some storms later into the afternoon hours closer to dinner time. But the good news is, once we are around that 6 o'clock hour or so, we'll start to see it break up and move its way out, but we could still see just a couple of isolated showers just north of Madison throughout the later part of tonight. But overall, we're going to be on the dry side, and many of us are not going to see any rain at all for today. But definitely keep your rain gear nearby, as we are going to be looking at that chance to see some showers and storms later for today and potentially going into our Sunday as well. We are going to be watching for Monday, however, because once again, we do have a marginal risk for seeing severe storms or even strong thunderstorms here in the upper Midwest throughout our Monday. As we have been watching throughout much of this morning, we are looking for a line of some storms to start to develop that has a bow echo in it. And by that, we can see with that bowing signature, that is indicating that we could see some storms develop and could create some high to damaging winds as well. We'll talk more about this in a few moments, but until then, let's go ahead and toss it back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. If you're going to be sitting in the back of a car or waiting in an airport terminal today, there's clearly no shortage of films and shows streaming. Our Rolloper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
Below that tower lies 200 grand.
Newly streaming on HBO Max is a second season of The Bridge.
We all came here to win the money.
This is a lot harder than I thought. There is another team. Go! And you have both been racing against each other.
Are you all right? You okay?
Stay calm!
Two teams compete to build a bridge to win a whole lot of cash.
This is your only chance to cash out.
What's your decision? He's cutting our bridge.
All 8 episodes of The Bridge are streaming on HBO Max now.
I struggle to get on with people sometimes that have got strong beliefs, like maybe vegans.
This is your brother's house. I was running it fine without you.
Why didn't you leave it to you then?
Newly streaming on Hulu is the series The Bear.
So how you gonna pass the family test? Delicious or impressive?
Delicious is impressive.
The show follows a group of workers in a kitchen that feels all too real for anyone who's ever worked in a restaurant.
We want to change this restaurant, right? We have to change the chemistry.
Why are you always like watching me? It's just sort of my job.
Where the chili flakes? Because it organizes, it's more confusing. Right there. Labeled chili flakes.
All 8 episodes of The Bear are streaming on Hulu now.
I have every intention of turning this into a respectable place of business. Eventually.
He's starting a girls' baseball league. Want to play? Huh? Tryouts are in Chicago. It's a real league, professional.
Professional baseball?
They'll pay you $75 a week.
We only make 30 at the dairy.
Well then, this would be more, wouldn't it?
And this week marks the 30-year anniversary of A League of Their Own.
Girls can't play ball!
Batting fifth and center, the shortstop, number 1, Ellen Sue Gutland.
Gina Davis, Madonna, Rosie O'Donnell, and more star as players in the first professional all-female baseball league. And they butt heads with their coach, Jimmy Dugan, played by Tom Hanks, who taught us the most important rule of the sport.
Are you crying?
No.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
Why don't you leave her alone, Jimmy?
Oh, you zip it, Doris.
A League of Their Own is streaming on AMC Plus, or can be rented or bought anywhere else.
Hey, how did you do that?
Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
Up next, the latest from state health officials who have confirmed the first case of monkeypox in Wisconsin right here in Dane County. We'll be right back.
And he got so upset. Oh my God. Look. No way. She has definitely got some work done. Doesn't even look the same anymore. Talk about an extreme makeover. I wonder how much of Bob's money she spent on those upgrades.
Hey! The house looks great, right? 3 years, no interest on roofing and siding from Feldco.
Right now, get 3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding.
3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding ends soon. Call now.
866 for Feldco.
Dear gas prices, Toyota's hybrid lineup says, go take a hike. Because we bring efficiency with power and savings with style. Think you can stand in our way? We got this. Toyota Hybrids.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Broken wire cuts or guns. Emergency trips are zero fun. This could be a sign to get Invisalign. Invis trauma-free. The #1 doctor recommended clear aligner brand. Invisalign.
7-day-old tuna casserole.
How'd you know that?
Even my nose is strong. You need Hefty Ultra Strong. It has Arm & Hammer, continuous odor control.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Oh, and Toby needs a bath. Stay one step ahead of Stinky.
At Bob's, choice and value go together like sofas and love seats. Like my Forte reclining sofa or console love seat with loads of features like Bobopedic memory foam seating. And it comes in 2 colors. Your choice, only $7.99 each. Upgrade to their power versions and pay only $9.99 each. So you can recline with the touch of a button, charge your phone in a snap, and spend more of that hard-earned cash outside the home. Because furniture isn't everything, you know. Did I say that out loud?
Get Bob's discount.
Only at Bob's Discount Furniture.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
We would never hit 12 drunk. Clutch it up drunk? Not a chance. Do a stoppie drunk? We would never drift drunk.
drunk, drive sober, or get pulled over.
Right now, the first case of monkeypox has arrived in Wisconsin, and it's in Dane County. What we know so far coming up.
And a nice start to our weekend, but we could be seeing some wet changes. We'll be taking a look coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday, and thanks for joining us on News 3 Now. I'm McKenna Alexander. Let's go ahead and send it to Julian Seawright for a look at your Saturday forecast, and Julian, also holiday forecast. What's going on there?
Yeah, well, our holiday is going to start out pretty great for us. This morning, it's feeling good. We have plenty of sun, but now we're starting to see that cloud cover developing for us. And as we continue throughout the rest of today, going into our afternoon, we're going to see those 70s, but the 80s will be around, just not for that long. As the cloud cover in itself, and then any showers or storms that we're going to be seeing starting to develop, it's going to keep things rather mild instead of warm for us throughout the rest of our Saturday. But as we can see, showers are really just mainly into Minnesota as of right now. Not a whole lot of development, but we can thank that stalled front for starting to fuel a lot of the showers and storms that we're potentially going to be seeing getting into our afternoon. So around the lunchtime hour, just note, we're still looking at plenty of sunshine, and even though the cloud cover in itself is really going to start to build up more so as we get into the later part of our afternoon. But thanks to this sunshine and the warm weather and the moisture that we have, we are going to be looking at that instability to start to fuel the potential for us to see some showers and storms. It's not going to be very widespread, but you can see the cluster in itself is going in from just northern parts of Dane County all the way down to Rock and Greene County, and is going to be stretching itself across the southeast as we go into the later part of our afternoon. The good news is, for the rest of our evening, we're going to be rather dry here in southern Wisconsin. A couple areas could see some isolated showers that'll be very brief, but overall, it's going to be rather quiet and dry for us throughout the rest of tonight. And as we go into our Sunday, we're looking at another round of potentially seeing some more showers. We'll talk more about what else we could expect for our holiday weekend coming up in a few moments, but until then, back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. Governor Tony Evers spent his Friday night in Portage to celebrate the opening of a new Columbia County Democratic Party office.
No matter what county, 72 counties are important in my book, and I've spent a lot of time as governor and state superintendent all across the state. I've been in 72 counties at least 3 years running, and I just think it's important to govern to have that support.
During the event, Evers also laid out some of the things he's helped accomplish during his first term in office. He's up for re-election in November. President Biden is working with Democratic governors on ensuring women have access to abortions following the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Skylar Henry is at the White House with details.
President Biden says Democrats need to pick up seats in November's midterm elections if they want to guarantee federal abortion rights.
So the choice is clear. We either elect federal senators and representatives who will codify Roe, or Republicans who will elect the House and Senate who will try to ban abortions nationwide.
1 week after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, the president met with 9 Democratic governors about protecting women's rights.
I share the public outrage at this extremist court that's committed to moving America backwards.
Some of the governors are taking new measures to protect abortion access, such as promising their states will be safe havens for women coming from places where abortion is outlawed.
We are, in fact, that brick wall against this horrific Supreme Court decision.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul ordered the state legislature to convene a special session on Friday, starting a years-long process to enshrine abortion access into the state constitution.
The rights of millions of women across this country are now falling on the shoulders of just a handful of states.
Many Republican-led states that have moved to restrict or ban abortion rights argue the federal government should stay out of the decision-making.
Arkansas has made its decision. Other states might look at it differently.
President Biden said the federal government will protect women who want to cross state lines to get an abortion. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Biden also says that his administration will protect women's access to medication through the Food and Drug Administration. President Biden also announcing 17 recipients that are being awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom next week. The Presidential Medal of Freedom is the highest honor for a U.S. civilian. Gymnast Simone Biles, former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, and actor Denzel Washington will all receive the honor. Senator John McCain and Apple co-founder Steve Jobs will also be getting the award posthumously. The presentation ceremony at the White House is scheduled for July 7th. And more national news now. The federal government has ordered an additional 2.5 million doses of monkeypox vaccines. That's on top of the 500,000 doses the U.S. has already purchased. The first shipments will begin arriving later this year. In Wisconsin now, state health officials say they've identified the first confirmed case of monkeypox. And according to DHS, it is in Dane County. The patient is isolating, and officials say the risk to the general public remains low.
So far, there have been no fatalities in the United States, maybe one in the world out of several thousand. So it doesn't cause severe disease, and it's not terribly transmissible. But it is a big deal that we make people aware of it because we don't want to miss any cases.
Since the start of the outbreak in the U.S., health experts have confirmed nearly 400 cases around the country. Patients who contract the disease usually develop new, unexplained rashes and skin lesions. Other symptoms include fever, chills, and swollen lymph nodes. Most people who contract the virus recover in 2 to 4 weeks without treatment. The virus is transmitted through respiratory droplets, skin-to-skin contact, or contact with contaminated items. But DHS experts say it doesn't spread easily between individuals. Vaccinations and antiviral medications can be used to prevent and treat infections. We're all different, right? Some are taller, shorter, bigger, or smaller. And now the largest study to date reveals how COVID vaccines work with people of different sizes. CBS's Ian Lee reports.
Does size matter when it comes to being vaccinated against COVID? Researchers at Oxford University wanted to find out how well COVID-19 vaccines protect people of different weights from hospitalization and death.
Well, the first key outcome is that vaccines are highly effective across all body weights, and that is great news.
Scientists studied the medical records of more than 9 million people across the UK and looked at body mass index, or BMI, a measure of body fat based on height and weight. Dr. Carmen Piernas led the study and says not everyone is the same.
In the vaccinated people, there are still cases, and those cases is where we see increased risk of severe COVID in the high weights and low body weights.
But why those groups are more affected is still a mystery.
There is something going on with underweight and the overweight people in terms of their immunity, in terms of the response to their vaccines that we still don't understand very well.
Researchers also discovered underweight people were less likely to get the shot, but don't know why. Dr. Piernas now hopes their findings will help governments target the most vulnerable.
And for policymakers to look into perhaps thinking of different ways of prioritizing the vaccines.
And for everyday folks, she offers this recommendation.
The take-home messages are basically take the vaccine if you can, especially if you're underweight, and try to lose weight if you're overweight.
A doctor's orders on staying healthy during the pandemic. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
Researchers say the next step is to look at the effectiveness of booster shots in people who are obese or underweight. Still ahead, several events are happening this weekend. What you and your family can do if you aren't traveling, coming up in just 3 minutes.
Son, it's about time we had the talk. It's time you knew the truth. Windows can take a beating, especially here in the Midwest. When it's time to replace them, call Feldco.
Isn't Feldco offering 2-for-1 windows right now, Dad?
They are, son. They are.
Less talk, more action. 2-for-1 windows from Feldco makes home improvement easy and affordable.
2-for-1 windows ends soon. Call now.
Quality windows, siding, and doors. Call 866 for Feldco.
How is this still playing?
Aspercream Arthritis. Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation. Don't touch my piano.
Kick pain in the Aspercream.
With Choice Hotels, there's always a reason to book it. Whatever your reason, book over 7,100 locations at choicehotels.com.
Save on all appliances and grills during the inventory blowout sale at Grand Appliance. Shop unbeatable deals like this GE gas range with convection and air fry for just $847, or this LG kitchen with a 29 cubic foot French door fridge for just $29.97. That's not all. Get up to $750 in additional savings exclusively at Grand. Visit grandappliance.com or your local showroom today. Grand Appliance, the appliance experts.
Sure feels good when you get it right.
And with the #1 power toothbrush brand recommended by dental professionals, Philips Sonicare makes it easy for you to always get brushing right.
It's time to set the record straight on who has the best beef. This is the Hy-Vee Beef Standards Book, and here's all you really need to know. Hy-Vee's pickier. Their cattle are even hand-selected. Some make claims, but Hy-Vee has the best beef. That's a fact. So enjoy your Hy-Vee steak this weekend. You've earned it.
It's Macy's 4th of July sale with our lowest prices of the season on furniture and mattresses, like the Monroe Queen Bed, $279, and the Radley Shays Sectional, $21.79. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying mattress purchase now at Macy's.
News 3 Now, First Warn Weather. Before.
Alert days are in the forecast for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Madison, Janesville, Beloit, Portage, Baraboo, the Dells. This is when you really need to begin to watch the eye to the sky.
During.
We have a confirmed tornado on the ground.
This is a serious situation. You need to take shelter immediately.
And after the storms.
You can see some of the damage here behind me this morning.
Get severe weather coverage from Madison's certified most accurate team. News 3 Now, First Warn Weather.
The annual Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest is taking place this weekend. The official weigh-in ceremony was Friday. 2 top competitive eaters returned this year. Joey Chestnut going for his 15th mustard belt and his 7th consecutive title, and Mickey Sudo, a 7-time women's Nathan's Hot Dog Contest eating champion. And here locally, pretty cool events continuing through the weekend here in Madison. Some of the world's best disc golfers are in the area to compete in the United States Women's Disc Golf Championships. A total of 320 women from 8 countries are participating. That's the largest field of competitors in the tournament's history.
Disc golf has been continuing to grow. It saw explosive growth over the last couple of years during the pandemic. And within disc golf and the growth we're seeing, women's disc golf has seen even greater growth.
Competitors will play at 4 area courses: Token Creek County Park, Oliver Park, Heiston Park, and Capitol Springs. Anyone interested in watching the competition can buy an individual day pass for $20, and anyone younger than 13 can watch for free. The tournament kicked off Thursday and runs until tomorrow. After closing its doors for renovation, the old Glenway Golf Course is open once again with a new name and a new look. Located on Speedway Road, it will now be called the Glen Golf Park. It will remain a 9-hole course, but thanks to a $750,000 facelift, the course will have an improved look. The builder's vision was to create a space that would be inviting to all of the community, not just golfers.
Started construction about June 1st of last year, so we're about 13 months in. So we made really great timing. We got this done really quick. Everything's put together really well. We think it came through the construction process great. The growing went really well.
By the end of July, the park will be closed to golfers on Sunday afternoons, so they can offer activities to the public, like live music, movie nights, and games. The Glen will have an official grand reopening on Sunday, July 10th. And looking ahead to next week, starting tomorrow, Madison Magazine is partnering up with a News 3 Now alum to host Madison's first ever Very Asian Week. Michelle Lee is making her return to her old stomping grounds to support our local Asian community. The week features deals for local Asian-owned restaurants and businesses. It culminates on Thursday with a panel hosted by our very own Charlotte DeLeste. Find all the details over on channel3000.com. Still ahead, a Northwoods High School band is celebrating this weekend. We'll share the reason why when we return. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Julian's tracking your forecast for the 4th of July, just ahead on News 3 Now.
Locos 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
It's dangerous up here, and it's no fun shopping around for a reputable contractor.
I've built my company on the promise to treat our customers like we would our own family. That means an honest, no-pressure sales experience, expert craftsmanship, and a lifetime guarantee of our work.
We know Gutter Shutter is the best system for you and your home, and we'd love to show you how it can keep you safe and off that ladder forever. So call us or visit us online to set up your free estimate, and we can show you what Gutter Shutter and the Larson Home experience is all about.
With an Invisalign smile, everything clicks.
And that class reunion becomes...
Is that Anna?
Invis is the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner and more predictable results. Invisalign.
Who's on it with Jardiance?
We're managing type 2 diabetes and heart risk.
We're hitting the trails between meetings.
And putting the brakes on fried foods.
Jardiance is a once-daily pill that not only lowers A1C, it goes beyond to reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease. And Jardiance may help you lose some weight.
Jardiance may cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
A once-daily pill that goes beyond lowering A1C?
We're on it.
We're on it.
We're on it with Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Politicians have been threatening it. Now the Supreme Court's done it, triggering a ban on nearly all abortions in Wisconsin, even in cases of rape and incest. And Senator Ron Johnson sided with them on overturning Roe v. Wade, punishing doctors and hurting people, putting our health and reproductive rights in danger. Johnson even said, if you don't like it, you can move. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to protect us, not punish us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, as we get right into things for our Saturday morning, cloud cover is beginning to develop here in Madison, but we are still looking at a pretty nice start to our Saturday. 68 degrees currently, so we have warmed up quite a bit over the last couple of hours where we were in the 50s. Now we're into the top of the 60s as of right now. Dew points themselves are also going to start to increase just a bit as we continue throughout the course of the day. But on top of it, we're going to be looking at cloud cover to really stick around for our skies throughout much of our afternoon and going into our evening. But just note, you can see that the 70s are sticking around for these parts of the day, but we are going to be warming up to the 80s. It's just going to be very brief when we do. As we have this frontal boundary, which is really just stalled out into the upper Midwest, that's going to be fueling the chances for us to start to see some showers and storms developing later into our afternoon, which is what's also going to keep things on the cooler end. Now, as we start to see a bit of that break in cloud cover going into around the lunchtime hour, that's what's going to create the instability for us to start to see some showers and storms developing mainly into the central areas of southern Wisconsin. So this will be from Dane County to Rock and Greene counties. We can see it start to move itself a bit more into a southeasterly track, going to our friends over into Kenosha and even Milwaukee, giving them just a little spritz of some showers by the time we get into the later part of this afternoon. But you can see on the back end, we're going to be opening up once again to more dry conditions for the rest of our evening. Might see an isolated shower or two, but overall, it's going to be relatively quiet by the time we get into tonight. So the good news is that just keep the rain gear nearby, but we can still enjoy much of our Saturday. Now, going into Sunday, we do have a couple shots of seeing some showers here or there, especially just north of Dane County, but we're going to be heating things right back up, back into those middle and upper 80s throughout much of southern Wisconsin. Plenty of sunshine, but we do have some shots of seeing some showers or storms late into our Sunday as well. But one other thing we're going to be watching for will be for the 4th of July. We are in a marginal risk for much of the upper Midwest for us until our Monday. Now, this marginal risk, again, 1 out of 5, we're looking at chances of us to start to see some storms that could be strong or even severe for areas in central to southern Wisconsin for us. And we do see it develop. This is one model we've been looking at. Now, the developments of these showers and storms look to come into our middle part of our afternoon on Monday. Then it starts to sweep out, but then another round of it comes in around dinner time for our Monday evening as well. The good news is for us in southern Wisconsin, if this holds up, is that we are looking for our night to be opening up. So that means we have a good night to be able to watch some fireworks. But our friends into northern Illinois, well, they're looking at some storms to start to continue to fire off even overnight as that system continues to track its way south. Now, here's a look at what we're seeing for the next few days. Folks, it is going to be a stormy pattern over the next few. All this humidity, sunshine, and warm air is all going to be ingredients for us to see consistent storms throughout much of the next few days going into our next work week. So just make sure you have the rain gear nearby. And on top of that, for Monday, which of course is the 4th of July, not many of us are going to be thinking about the weather too much, but just be sure that in case some severe threats do happen, you have your severe weather plan ready to go for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can get our weather app. You can get a weather radio.
Yep.
Have your phone alerts on.
And we will also be broadcasting this throughout the rest of the weekend as well.
We do. We do have a couple shows you can tune into to watch a meteorologist.
Wow, it's like, am I on in the morning?
It's like, are we on TV?
I know.
Doesn't feel like it sometimes.
But even still, it's always a healthy reminder to just remain safe throughout the holiday weekend.
Stay aware.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Julian.
Yep.
To the Northwoods now, one high school band is celebrating after members were formally invited to perform at the Tournament of the Roses Parade in Pasadena on January 2nd. Tony Langfellow shows us everyone's excitement.
This is a great opportunity.
Getting the honor to play in the Rose Parade in Pasadena doesn't happen every day. Hunter Leiterman has been in band for almost 8 years. The honor caught him by surprise.
It's definitely an eye-opener, I would say. It's weird to feel like such a big part of something.
The Northwoods Band is the first to participate in the Rose Parade from northern Wisconsin. The Rose Parade president is from Eagle River and decided it was time to let our area be featured at the national level.
I couldn't be more proud. These kids are representing not only their schools, they're representing their communities, they're representing the state of Wisconsin and the entire Midwest when they're coming out to Pasadena.
The Northwoods Band is made up of 8 area schools. This includes Wausau East, Anago, D.C. Everest, Lakeland, Merrill, Mosinee, Northland Pines, and 3 Lakes. The electric atmosphere can be felt all around.
The kids have been wonderful, but they've been bouncing off the walls in Merrill, in their auditorium when we've rehearsed. They've been bouncing off the walls here today.
During the parade, the band will perform Beautiful Wisconsin, which was composed by retired UW marching band director Mike LaCrone. It's something that will have a lasting impact on this group of students.
That's not an opportunity that everybody gets, and it's pretty cool.
As somebody who marched in the Badger Band, it's just been terrific to get to see our kids play something he wrote for us.
Stick with News 3 Now all weekend. Brad will have the day's top stories tonight at 6 and 10. But first, a Minnesota man with a rare disability has achieved a major life goal. What it is when we're back in just a moment.
It's the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, get the Doctor's Choice Firm for only $599.99. Or check out the Summit Firm, just $299.99. Plus 6 years, no interest, and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
When it's hot, all you want is some relief. Relief from the heat outside, relief from sleepless nights, and relief from big electric bills. Even your air conditioning unit needs some relief. So when you wrap your home with our premium injection foam, it's like putting your entire house in a cooler. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
With Choice Hotels, there's always a reason to book it. Whatever your reason, book over 7,100 locations at choicehotels.com.
Broken wire cuts or guns, emergency trips are zero fun. This could be a sign to get Invisalign. Invis is trauma-free. The #1 doctor recommended clear aligner brand, Invisalign.
It's Macy's 4th of July sale with our lowest prices of the season on furniture and mattresses, like the Monroe Queen Bed, $279, and the Radley Shays Sectional, $21.79. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying mattress purchase now at Macy's.
IRS agent is waiting for your call back.
When you've been scammed, when a business won't listen, when you get obstacles instead of solutions, don't give up. Call for action.
I'm News 3 Now's Leah Lynchide. Our Call for Action team is here for you, exposing scams, mediating consumer disputes, and getting results. Contact us by phone or on channel3000.com.
Call for Action, only on News 3 Now.
We're taking action for you.
U.S. ad spending is set to surpass $300 billion by 2022, and the greater Madison area is poised for major growth. So now would be a great time to consider a career in multimedia sales and to join our team selling our top-rated media and digital solutions. Work for a company that offers training, autonomy, flexibility, income growth, upward mobility, and work-life balance with a competitive wage. If you have a passion to drive results for local businesses, then visit morganmurphymedia.com right now to apply.
It's the Star Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, get the Doctor's Choice Firm for only $599.99. Or check out the Summit Firm, just $299.99. Plus 6 years, no interest, and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9 on News 3 Now.
Finally this morning, a man with a rare disease has paddleboarded across all of the Great Lakes. Quinn Gorham has his incredible story.
When Mike Shorman was diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome in 2018, his heart sank.
After I received the diagnosis, I stood in an ENT doctor's office with my dad, and I remember I just had tears streaming down my face, and he said, "Your paddleboarding's done. You're never going to paddleboard again."
Ramsay-Hunt syndrome is a neurological condition that can cause permanent damage to one's vision, hearing, and muscles. For Shorman, the disease also affected the one thing he used every time he stepped onto a paddleboard: his balance.
For me, when I turn my head from side to side or up and down, I get very dizzy. It's like a carousel inside my head. And in the initial stages, when I was walking, I couldn't even walk in a straight line.
But Shorman was determined to not only paddleboard again, but become the first person with disabilities to do it across all 5 of the Great Lakes.
And I thought, okay, well, we can set out to do these crossings. I just have to make sure that I'm strong enough to be able to do 5 back-to-back all in one summer.
After months of training, Shorman started his journey on Lake Erie, on May 29th, becoming the first person with disabilities to accomplish the feat. An inspiring moment, but Shorman still had 4 other lakes to go.
And then 10 days later, I set out to do Lake Huron, and it took me 28 hours and 22 minutes, which was brutal.
All right, there he is, the night paddle.
Now, Shorman will take on Lake Superior, a task he says he and his team are prepared for.
We've got first aid trainers on the boat. We've got people who know what my nutrition and what my diet's going to be like.
It's all part of a monumental journey, but one he hopes can inspire people far beyond the Great Lakes.
People with disabilities are capable of achieving things when people believe in them. And I hope it inspires kids to dream big.
Well, he's inspired me.
I was going to say, that is so impressive. We were talking in our last show. I was just amazed because, I mean, the Great Lakes are so wavy and paddleboarding is hard enough. Even on a flat lake, I can't really... Well, I can do it. I can balance, but I just can't. I get really tired. I can balance on that paddleboard not moving for hours. I can sit really well.
Just not across the Great Lakes.
Not across the 8 Lake, not across a pond.
Yeah. Dang, that's a small little standard for you.
It's really not much. But I mean, you know, maybe I'll get into it. A lot of paddleboarders here, a lot of lake activities, which some people are going to be doing this weekend.
Yeah, it's funny. I've never gone paddleboarding before.
Did you know there's an 8-person paddleboard that you can rent?
We talked about this before.
We did.
Yeah.
Do we know enough people?
Maybe. Not at the same time, because we all have different work schedules.
I think it's, yeah, that's true. That's a good point, actually. That's a good, yeah.
It's like you may have 4 that worked off at the same time, but
or
the
rest
other
are
4...
asleep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's always the struggle.
Okay, well, if we're awake, is today a good day to go paddleboarding?
It will be, for the most part, yes. If we are looking at any chances of any storms, it will be into the afternoon, but they will be brief, folks. Outside of that, today is going to relatively be a good one, and so will be the same for tomorrow. A bit warmer, however, and then as we get continue going into our Monday, just be weather aware of us tracking some potentially strong to even severe storms going into our Monday afternoon. Other than that, we're looking at a trend of stormy conditions. It's going to be humid, but it's going to be sustained into those 80s through the next few days until we get into next weekend.
All right. Thanks for joining us this morning.